My name is Anthony, and I'll be drawing for you.
Hey Planet Earth, we meet again. You're watching Anthony Draws For You, the channel where no idea is too crazy. Well guys, we made it. Part 4, the final video in the zombie Disney princess video series. Good lord, has it been bloody at my desk this week. In case you haven't seen the first 3 videos, please click the links in the description below. Okay, so this request came from a client who was once a young fan of the Disney princesses, but has become a horror fan in later years. And so my mission for this commission was to merge the two and turn the beautiful Disney princesses into oozing bloodbaths. Today's targets are Anna and Elsa from 2013's Frozen and the upcoming Frozen 2. Just a few quick announcements to let you guys know what I've got going on right now and what I've got coming up. Up next, I've got a lot of tutorial videos on deck, and my goal for this next batch of videos is to provide helpful information for those of you who are either just starting out, and my goal for this next batch of videos is to provide helpful information for those of you who are either just starting out, or even if you're more experienced, you might still stumble upon something you find useful that just might work well within your own bag of tricks. As I've said in previous videos, when it comes to art, there's no right way to do anything, there are only ways. And what I'd like to go over in the next bunch of videos are some of the ways that I approach things like how to plan a composition, how to exaggerate character movement while at the same time creating realistic depth. So keep an eye out for some of the tutorials coming out next, and I'll do my best to keep the information as entertaining and engaging as possible. Usually I like to turn things into games. That's just a habit I have with basically everything. I just sort of try to find a way to turn things into a game. And don't be a stranger, fill up the comment sections with any tutorial topics that you'd like me to cover. Any roadblocks that you've hit in your own creative journey, there's a pretty good chance I've hit it myself as well. Anyway, so in this final entry to this zombie Disney series, we have Elsa and Anna from Frozen. The ideas for both of them actually came from my manager, Susan. While I was coming up with some initial sketches, she calls me up and she goes, "Why don't you draw Elsa coming out of the ice, like covered in fishing hooks from the townspeople as they're ice fishing?" Which I immediately got the visual that she put in my head. Like, it instantly gave me a visual. And originally we thought we'd have the camera at a downward angle similar to the Snow White drawing, but then it came to me where the whole thing would be sort of semi-warped and Elsa would be at like an extreme angle with her hand in the immediate foreground reaching forward like she's clawing her way out of the ice. Alright, up next we've got Anna, who is also the product of a visual that Sue gave me over the phone. I gotta tell you, sometimes Sue shouts out something that is just so damn funny, and this was one of those ideas. I was originally gonna have Anna sort of like crouching on her toes, perching over a cliff, eating Sven, the moose. which was okay. You know, zombie Anna eating moose brains, not much going on visually, but it was alright. But that's when I got the second phone call. So Sue calls me and she goes, have her doing the Thriller dance. I'm like, wait, what? Thriller? Why? There was like a moment of silence where I had to actually like construct the visual like in my head. Because prior to this, it was becoming such an issue just trying to decide on what aspects of the movie to highlight. And Sue's idea was basically, hey, why don't you just divert from it completely and do something that has absolutely nothing to do with Frozen? Just have him just have him doing Thriller. I had always known that these two would somehow connect. Since they're the only two drawings in the series that are multiple characters from the same movie. For all the rest, it's one movie, one character. So for this one, I knew pretty early on that I wanted to have the two drawings be two different angles of the same longer scene and spread it between two panels. Now this is actually the second attempt at pencils. I had the first time around where I had all four of the characters doing a different dance move from the Thriller video. Just because I thought this one zombie pose that they do, it's like, that's the one that everybody does, so I thought, you know, let's try to get a highlight reel going. You know, there's way more than that one dance move in the video. But once I sketched it out, I realized that, you know, this is the one dance move that everybody does know. And it really didn't make a whole lot of sense when everybody was doing a different dance move at the same time. It actually didn't look like they were doing the Thriller. It just looked like a bunch of zombies, like, flailing about. So I had to synchronize them all into doing the same pose. And yes, it did actually have to be this particular one with the hands up, because that's just the one that everybody knows.
Tell me what you're working on right now in the comments section below. Share this video with your friends. Don't forget to pound that like button. Be sure to subscribe to keep the party going. Thank you much, and I'll see you next time.